The Cespedes before none of us. Cespedes before today did not show up. I was actually This is actually good news that I get to it a little bit. I was a little bit worried about a suicide watch. I've heard of stuff like with Chris Benoit's family, Eddie Guerrero, that kind of stuff, and maybe like steroid abuse. I don't know if there's any evidence he took steroids, but like that was the concerns I had with what happened. Maybe he overdrank, crashed Holly, and then threw up while he was sleeping, and then died. Like a lot of stuff could have happened with Yoenis Cespedes. And all things that were being said, it wasn't anything that drastic, and I was pretty happy he was still alive. And people could treat Cespedes like the worst thing ever. I'm not too familiar with this Jason Bates situation. That was pretty bad. He was an MVP candidate when he joined the Mets. He did, absolutely excellent for the Oakland A's. He would have been a lot better than Cargo, and he helped us get to the NL East, and we made it to the World Series thanks to all our momentum. Of course, it was the pitching, but hitting-wise, he was great. He was a very clutch hitter. I remember the time he jumped into the stands, completely knocked out a fan, trying to get a fly ball out. He was just that athletic. And now he is a guy who can barely run. There's concerns about Cano not being able to hustle while everyone's downplaying the fact that Cespedes can't really run. He was basically a shell of himself. What happened sort of reminded me of the Jeremy Lin situation on the Nets. People in a capitalist society just thought he couldn't play. When he won games when he did play. When Jeremy Lin did win games when he did play and was legit injured. It was mad annoying to hear Dad and fans bash Cespedes and Lin. Cespedes should have won the MVP that year he joined the Mets and got a lot of flack for the later years. Murphy was treated like a hero. He did have a great postseason, and most people watched that, but during the regular season he was not as good as Cespedes was. And of course he should have won the MVP the year after, but people were wrong for thinking that Mets should have signed Butterfingers, who didn't have a good regular season. I mean, he did have some very good years in the Mets and stayed for a long time. It felt like 10 years. Walker was alright offensively and absolutely phenomenal defensively. Murphy will have eventually been replaced with Cano and McNeil eventually, which no one talks about. Then watching the spring training, Dad finally thought that yes, Cespedes was hurt, he couldn't play. It wasn't like Jeremy Lin where he was still young. Like Cespedes was like 36, 37 when he joined the Mets, and like Jeremy Lin was still relatively young, and then played better later. Like Cespedes was legit injured. And I'm not saying Lin wasn't, but like his injuries hurt his stock. Lin and yeah. Dad felt bad that Cespedes couldn't run. It was like a shadow of himself. He wouldn't be tackling fans down to get a fly ball out. And ultimately changed his opinion of bashing Cespedes for not playing. Should have won the MVP, man, and I feel bad for you. And you lost a lot of money between not playing to the COVID crisis. He wants to play with the Mets anyway, since they lost the two worst teams anyway. It's not worth getting sick. It's not a lot of money anyway, and you're basically going to retire. It sucks. I would have still done the phone call with Brody. Terry Collins, even, who's still on the staff, leave honorably. But people leave jobs like nothing anyway nowadays. There's a lot of people who do that now. They just sort of disappear when they're on the job, and we don't criticize them for that. Yeah, we criticize Cespedes for it because of the media and stuff, capitalism and media culture, journalism. What are your thoughts? Subscribe.